FIFA 23 is now available to play for anyone who's pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition, but releases for everyone else in just 3 days. Today we're going to be checking out the Stadia version, and I'll be telling you whether or not it's worth picking up, so let's get to it. This year's entry has a lot going for it when it comes to the Stadia port. Not only is it the next-gen version of the game, but it also supports full-on crossplay support with both next-gen consoles. That alone makes this a much bigger deal than last year's entry, because no longer will you be struggling to find people to matchmake with, since there's always going to be a healthy population online. They did recently start testing out this feature in FIFA 22 with online friendlies and online seasons, but I'm more than happy to report that FIFA 23 will support crossplay across a huge variety of game modes, including FIFA Ultimate Team. And yes, just in case you're wondering, the FIFA Ultimate Team market will also be cross-platform as well. Now, before getting into the gameplay details and explaining how it feels to play FIFA 23, I want to make it clear that I'm a casual FIFA fan. I have played last year's entry, and I have played this year's both on Series X and Google Stadia, but by no means should you be coming to me for gameplay tips. And now that you're aware of that, I'm more than happy to report that the game plays solidly on Stadia, even when compared to Series X. I will point out that it doesn't look as good as it does on Series X, but when it comes to what's important in a game like this, the gameplay itself ran fantastically. In my experience, I ran into no hiccups or hitches. It felt incredibly smooth to play, and I had no issues switching back and forth between the Stadia and Series X version of the game. Now, when compared to last year's entry, I will note that the gameplay overall felt a bit smoother, is the best way I could describe it. And by that I mean I felt like I had more control over the player and the ball itself. Defending, attacking, passing, it all just felt a bit easier to do, which is a good thing in my books. But once again, to keep it completely real with you all, it feels much more like a refinement on FIFA 22 than something entirely new. So chances are is that if you didn't enjoy FIFA 22, you're probably not going to be enjoying FIFA 23 all that much better. But now let's touch on visuals. I did mention earlier that the Series X version did look better than the Stadia version, and I'll hold to that. By no means would I classify it as a deal breaker, because it still looks great, especially when you have Stadia Pro and can stream the game at 4K, but I have a hunch the game is being upscaled to 4K as the overall clarity of the players on the field just isn't as sharp as the Series X. I will be doing a comparison video of both versions of the game running side by side, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned to the channel for that. But pushing that comparison to the side, the Stadia port of FIFA 23 still manages to look fantastic. It's a great looking game. And when compared to last year's entry, I will say I much appreciate the more vibrant color palette that appears to be going on here. I know this will probably get memed on, but the grass literally looks greener, and I really enjoy that look. I will also note some character models definitely got a huge improvement, while others just look marginally better. But I mean, really, I can't say I was expecting a colossal jump up in visuals between FIFA 22 last year and FIFA 23 this year. At the end of the day, it's still a really good looking game regardless. Now, before moving on to why I would consider the Stadia version of FIFA 23 in comparison to other versions of the game, I do want to touch on a gameplay detail I forgot to mention earlier. And that's the addition of power shots. The way they work, the way they enhance gameplay, I think is actually a pretty good move. I know this might sound like a weird comparison, but it really feels kinda like performing a smash attack in Super Smash Bros. You charge up your kick and then unload on the ball, and it's all manually aimed. The game itself does this really weird sort of zoom in effect when you start charging one up, and it is super satisfying to land. But as I said, it's all manually aimed. There's no sort of lock-in on the net. It's an extremely easy move to mess up. In general, I just wanted to bring it up here because I do think it's a really cool addition. Now, let's get to talking about why you should consider the Stadia version of FIFA 23 over the other versions. And to keep it completely fair and honest, I want to begin by stating that if you care about primarily graphics, the Stadia version is probably not the version you want to play. By no means is it a bad looking game, but it's certainly not the clearest. That said, the Stadia version offers things that the other console versions just simply don't. And in my opinion, one of the biggest benefits of playing it on Stadia is the fact that you can take it wherever you go. You can have the full FIFA 23 experience, the next gen experience, on the go. That means you can grind out FIFA Ultimate Team games as much as you want wherever you are without having to bring around a console or have a display ready, as long as you have a smartphone and a Wi-Fi connection or a 5G data plan. You also get all the benefits that come along with being on a cloud platform. Means you can play it on your PC, your laptop, Chromebook, tablet, smartphone, or pretty much any other device that has a built-in Chrome-based browser. But I think the big game changer this year is that you can enjoy all of those benefits while also still being able to play with your friends on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. Crossplay on FIFA 23 makes it an extremely viable option, and I'm not here to tell you that you should go buy it here because it's the best version of the game, because that's not true. At the end of the day, everyone has their own best use case, and it's up to you to decide where you should play and why. But what I'm trying to get at with all of this is that the Stadia version is very much so a viable version of the game to pick up and play. And if you happen to be stuck on last-gen systems like the PS4 or Xbox One, I would highly recommend picking up the Stadia version if cloud gaming is available to you. You'll be able to enjoy all the next-gen goodness without the next-gen price tag, and that's a huge positive. And just in case you've never used Stadia before, there's a bunch of free trials that you can go over there and play right now to see whether or not game streaming is for you. And on top of that, if you do decide to pick up FIFA 23 to try it out right away, you have 2 hours of gameplay time. Anytime within it, you can refund the product as long as it's within 2 weeks. And Stadia's refund policy has to be the best one out there. Yes, I'd even put it better than Steam's because it seems to be automated. So, is FIFA 23 worth picking up on Google Stadia? To me, it's a resounding yes. It's the full next-gen FIFA 23 experience that you can now enjoy with crossplay support, so matchmaking is never an issue, now or in the future, and it has all the flexibility of cloud gaming, meaning you can play FIFA 23 on your phone, tablet, laptop, Chromebook, or more. No, it's not as sharp as it is on PS5, Xbox Series X, or PC based on the hardware you're running, but the gameplay's all the same and you can still have a ton of fun. And all that without having to break the bank. Now, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As I mentioned earlier, I will be doing a graphics comparison of the Stadia and Series X version of the game to give you a more detailed rundown of what the differences exactly are, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But overall, I just want to give you my thanks for your continued support. I hope you have a great day. This has been The Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.